Hello and welcome to the Cardiac Cats YouTube channel. I'm your host Jacob Shorp, and we're back here for a fourth time today. The Jaguars have signed Dyami Brown, wide receiver for the Commanders, or was for the Commanders, to a one-year, $10 million deal worth up to $12 million. So, kind of a surprising signing here. Please just excuse my coughing. It's been an awful day for this. The Dyami Brown as a receiver, I originally actually thought he had been more of a slot guy, primarily this last year, played outside for the Commanders. You look at the early part of the season and you're probably thinking, well, why would you pay a player anywhere near this? But you look down the road, you especially look at these games in the playoffs, big part of Washington's offense later on, definitely stepped up late late in the season. And so you get a player that's definitely an upside bid for the team. I'd be interested to see if this does end up being a $10 million cap hit. Not fully sure on that, but a very interesting signing for the Jaguars. Now, as far as Brown goes, he's got solid size, 6 foot, 195. I saw he ran a 4.44 40-yard dash, so he's a quick player. Someone who's definitely got some tools. He's drafted in the third round. This was ahead of Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think he was one of the guys, actually, that gets a lot of crap for that. But not going to think too much about that, honestly. So, Dyami Brown, definitely someone who could have some upside in this offense. Someone who I would expect to put up a bigger season than he did previously. If you only look at the regular season, he had 308 yards, right? But you look at the postseason, huge postseason performance, right? He almost puts up as many yards in the postseason as he did just during the regular season. So someone who's coming off a hot finish to the year, definitely someone with some upside. It'll be interesting to see where they deploy him. I would guess he plays a little bit in the slot. We'll take a look at this. I know, so previously, in recent years, he's rotated in a decent amount, about 30% of the time. So there is a good possibility that he's used there a decent amount. But it's an interesting move, right? You got Gabe Davis still. You've got Brian Thomas Jr. I wonder if there's going to be multiple slot receivers for this team. Like, everyone kind of rotates in. That could definitely be the case because you got Parker Washington who does it. Brown will be doing it. And Brian Thomas Jr. as well. There's been a lot of hints that he's going to have a role on the inside as well. So, ultimately, my honest thoughts, I think it's a little bit of an overpay, but he does have upside. Did finish the season very strong. It could be someone who lives up to the deal, and at the end of the year, right, you've got the ability to move on. You can bring him back. You have options. Now, one thing I did want to hit on, the Jaguars, I noted some of these signings earlier. One of them I did not notice was tight end Hunter Long, coming from the Los Angeles Rams. Someone who really has not had a huge role with them. I mean, you don't see much that he's done. Nothing was noted about how much he was signed to. I would assume it's probably around veteran minimum, and someone they look to bring in as a developmental player. So, not too much to say about Hunter Long, but I think it makes sense to bring him in as a depth guy at the tight end position. So that's all I've got here. Once again, I feel like I'm going to have to say this 1,000 times today. I apologize for all the coughing. This is just an awful day for having this, but we got to record stuff. We got to put out videos, and so it's just part of it. But I do want to shout out our channel members before we go. Premier Seer 904, Nightmare Eco, Gator John Bites, Ichi Wiener, The Mr. Dolphin, Scrubber Ducky 500, and Brian Foster. Thank you guys for watching, putting up with me today. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And finally, go Jags.